The universe, vast, mysterious, and full of secrets that challenge our imagination. Over the centuries, we've explored space with telescopes, satellites, and manned missions, but we're still far from understanding it all. Today, I'll take you on a journey through 50 surprising facts about space that will change the way you see the cosmos. Get ready, because this is just the beginning. The observable universe has a diameter of 93 billion light-years. And while it may seem unimaginable, what we can see is just a small part of the total cosmos. The light from the farthest galaxies we can detect has taken billions of years to reach us, meaning when we see them, we're observing how they were in the past. It's estimated that there are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all the beaches of Earth. Think about it. Every handful of sand you can grab contains thousands of tiny grains, and yet, the number of stars in the cosmos far exceeds that. 95% of the universe is invisible to us. We can't see dark matter or dark energy, but we know they're there because they affect the way galaxies move and expand. It's as if the universe is held together by a mysterious force that we still don't fully understand. If you could travel at the speed of light, it would take you 100,000 years to cross the Milky Way. Our galaxy is so vast that even if you had the fastest spaceship imaginable, it would still be an epic journey. There is a planet made mostly of diamond. It's called 55 Cancri and is 40 light-years away from Earth. Its surface is a blazing hell with temperatures over 1,000 degrees Celsius, but its carbon-rich core may have crystallized into a vast diamond. A black hole is so dense and its gravity so intense that not even light can escape from it. If you fell into its event horizon, you could never escape. Everything that crosses that point of no return is trapped forever. At the heart of our galaxy lies a cosmic monster named Sagittarius A, a supermassive black hole with a mass equivalent to 4 million suns. Although we can't see it directly, its presence is evidenced by the way nearby stars orbit around it at dizzying speeds. If you ever got too close to a black hole, you would experience a terrifying phenomenon called spaghettification. The extreme gravity would stretch your body in such a way that you'd be reduced to a series of atoms, like a cosmic spaghetti. Black holes can evaporate. Stephen Hawking proposed that over time, they lose energy in the form of radiation, a process that, although incredibly slow, could make them disappear after billions of years. Although wormholes are discussed in science fiction as shortcuts through space-time, they are still just a theoretical idea. If they existed, we could instantly travel to other galaxies, or even to other universes. Jupiter has a giant storm known as the Great Red Spot, which is larger than Earth itself. It has been active for over 3 years, and the winds within it reach speeds of over 400 km/h. Venus is hotter than Mercury, even though it is farther from the Sun. Its atmosphere is a deadly trap of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid, creating a greenhouse effect so intense that the average temperature reaches 465 degrees. Titan, Saturn's moon, has seas of liquid methane. Instead of water, its rivers and lakes are made of hydrocarbons, and its atmosphere is so dense that if you had wings, you could fly over its surface. Olympus Mons on Mars is the largest volcano in the solar system. It rises 3 times higher than Mount Everest, and its base is so wide it could cover the entire state of Arizona. Uranus is the only planet that rotates on its side. Its nearly 90-degree tilt suggests that at some point in its history, it suffered a catastrophic collision with an object the size of Earth. A neutron star is so dense that a teaspoon of its material would weigh 1 billion tons. To put this in perspective, it would be like compressing Mount Everest into the size of a sugar cube. When a massive star dies in a supernova, its explosion can outshine an entire galaxy for weeks or months. The energy released is so powerful that for a brief moment, it can shine brighter than 100 billion suns combined. There are stars that they complete a rotation in milliseconds. These are called pulsars, and they emit incredibly precise radio signals like cosmic beacons. The largest known galaxy, IC 1101, is 6 million light-years in diameter. If we compared it to the Milky Way, it would be 60 times bigger and 2,000 times more massive. The Sun is a fairly common star in the universe. Although it's enormous to us, there are stars that surpass it in size by up to 100 times. If you cried in space, your tears wouldn't fall. Without gravity to make them descend down your face, the tears would accumulate around your eyes in small floating spheres. Astronauts must wipe them away with a tissue or let them float until they are absorbed by the spacecraft's ventilation system. There's water floating in space in unimaginable amounts. Astronomers have discovered a gigantic cloud of water vapor in space, containing 140 trillion times more water than all the oceans of Earth combined. It is located 12 billion light-years away, surrounding a supermassive black hole. Astronauts can grow up to 5 centimeters in space. Without Earth's gravity compressing their sinae, the discs between their vertebrae expand, temporarily making them taller. But when they return to Earth, they return to their normal height within a few days. If you were on the moon without a spacesuit, you wouldn't survive even a minute. There's no oxygen to breathe. The pressure is non-existent, and temperatures range from minus 170 degrees Celsius in the shade to 127 degrees Celsius in the sun. Your blood would start to boil due to the lack of atmospheric pressure before you even froze. Sound cannot travel in space. Unlike what we see in movies, explosions and laser shots in space wouldn't make any noise. Sound needs a medium, such as air or water, to propagate. Since space is a complete vacuum, it is completely silent. The universe is still expanding, and it's doing so faster and faster. Galaxies are moving away from each other due to the mysterious dark energy, which accelerates the expansion of the cosmos. We still don't know exactly what it is, but it makes up about 70% of the universe. In billions of years, the night sky will be completely dark. If the expansion continues to accelerate, there will come a point where all the galaxies will be so far away that their light will no longer reach us. The universe will become cold, dark, and lonely. Our sun has an expiration date. In about 5 billion years, it will become a red giant, swallowing Mercury, Venus, and possibly Earth. Then, it will collapse into a small white dwarf, a dense and dim remnant of what was once a bright star. The Milky Way and Andromeda are on a collision course. In about 4 billion years, our galaxy will collide with the neighboring Andromeda galaxy. But don't worry, the stars are so far apart that it's unlikely there will be collisions between them. Instead, both galaxies will merge into a new mega-galaxy. Some theories suggest the universe could collapse into a big crunch. If gravity overcomes the expansion, the universe could reverse, collapsing in on itself until it compresses into a single point, similar to how it began with the Big Bang. However, this theory is uncertain, as dark energy seems to be winning the battle. Every second, stars are born and die in the universe. Some are formed from giant clouds of gas and dust, while others reach the end of their life in spectacular explosions. Time passes more slowly in places with extreme gravity. If you could live near a black hole without being absorbed, time for you would pass more slowly than for someone on Earth. The moon is moving away from Earth about 3.8 centimeters every year. Over time, this will make solar eclipses less frequent, as the moon will appear smaller in the sky. If you could see the entire spectrum of light, the night sky wouldn't be black. There is cosmic background radiation that, although invisible to our eyes, shines like an echo of the Big Bang. The most surprising thing of all is that we have barely scratched the surface of our knowledge of the cosmos. Every discovery leaves us with more questions than answers, and the universe remains a mystery that we've just begun to understand. We can see the past with telescopes. When we look at the most distant stars and galaxies, we are not seeing them as they are now, but as they were millions or even billions of years ago. Light takes time to travel. So in a way, every time we look at sky, we are looking into the past. There are suns with multiple planets in their habitable zone. Some stars have solar systems with several planets in the region, where temperatures allow the existence of liquid water. This greatly increases the chances of finding life on other worlds. The meteor showers we see on Earth are remnants of comets. When a comet passes close to the sun, it leaves a trail of dust and debris. When Earth crosses that trail in its orbit, the particles enter the atmosphere and burn up, creating the beautiful meteor showers. Some vampire stars absorb matter from others. In certain binary star systems, one star can steal gas from its companion, feeding off it until the companion collapses or explodes in a supernova. There could be parallel universes. According to some theories in quantum physics and cosmology, our universe could be just one of infinite universes coexisting in a multiverse. Every decision we make, every cosmic event, could create a new alternate reality. Astronauts lose bone mass in the space. Without Earth's gravity, their bones weaken over time, meaning they have to exercise constantly to prevent losing too much bone density. The first living being in orbit was a dog named Laika. In 1957, the Soviet Union sent Laika aboard Sputnik 2 to study the effects of space on living beings. Sadly, she didn't survive the journey, but her mission helped pave the way for crewed space flights. There are over 100 billion galaxies in the known universe, and that's just what we can see with current technology. With more advanced telescopes, we might discover that there are many, many more. Time slows down in space. Thanks to Einstein's theory of relativity, we know that the faster you move, or the closer you are to a strong gravitational field, the slower time passes for you compared to someone on Earth. Some moons in the solar system could harbor life beneath their ice. Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, and Enceladus, one of Saturn's moons, have underground oceans where microscopic forms of life could exist. Old satellites become space junk. When a satellite stops working, it remains floating in orbit around Earth. Currently, there are more than 1,000 pieces of registered space debris, ranging from rocket fragments to abandoned satellites, moving at speeds of up to 28,000 km per hour, posing a danger to future missions. Stars can live billions of years. It depends on their size. Massive stars burn through their fuel quickly and may die in a few million years, while smaller stars, like red dwarfs, can last trillions of years, longer than the current age of the universe. Neptune has the strongest winds in the solar system. The storms on Neptune are overwhelmingly violent, with winds reaching up to 2,000 kilometers per hour, faster than the speed of sound on Earth. If you were in its atmosphere, you'd be swept away in seconds, with no chance of resistance. Astronauts see up to 16 sunrises in one day on the International Space Station. The ISS orbits Earth at 28,000 km per hour, completing one full orbit around the planet every 90 minutes. This means astronauts experience 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets in just 24 hours. A day in space is a constant light show. And the most shocking fact, 85% of the matter in the universe remains a mystery. We know something called dark matter is out there, affecting the gravity and movement of galaxies. However, no one really knows what it is. It doesn't emit light, doesn't interact with normal matter in the way we expect, and makes up most of the cosmos. Space is beautiful, terrifying, and unknown. With every new mission, we discover more about its secrets. But at the same time, we realize how little we know. So tell me, what mystery of the universe would you like us to explore in the next video? Leave it in the comments, and we'll see you on the next cosmic adventure. This is Did You Know?